or two now. There's a lot going on at home, and I just have not had the mental space to put time into things. But I'm back on the road, and I'm using the new 2-horse straight load this trip. I am by myself this trip. I am attempting to try to do some of this stuff more alone rather than having to rely on Jay all of the time. So right now I'm actually in Louisville. They don't say Louisville. It's Louisville, Kentucky. Hey, Ellie. It's been a very uneventful trip so far. I left about 10:45 last night. Stopped at a rest area someplace in Ohio and grabbed an hour of sleep. Back out on the road. Away we go. Away we go. It was beautiful until we got to Louisville and it started raining. And I was like, of course it is. Of course. Because why would we have anything else? So, traffic's been pretty decent. No issues. People like that you couldn't wait 5 more seconds, especially in this weather. Yeah, it's raining. It's raining. So, I have one horse on the trailer. She was boarding with us at the farm. This is the one that was in quarantine. A cute little Belgian filly that Jay ran up to the Canadian border and grabbed for me when I was super busy a couple weeks ago. She is headed down to Alabama or Tennessee. I don't know. I think it's Tennessee. But in areas further south than I would like to go. So they're going to meet me, and we're going to transfer trailers. And Kristen, I am headed to Tennessee, Eastern Tennessee today, and picking up 2 minis. And then those 2 minis have to go to Massachusetts. Yeah, the driver is a moron. I know. They are ridiculous down here. Here we got 3 trucks. Oh! People are be crazy. I don't got anybody behind me, and if I do, I can't see them. They're too close. So yeah, and then I've got a horse to pick up in Wareham, Massachusetts, clear out to the far end where I even have to cross the water to get there. Like, I'm a hop, skip, and a jump from Nantucket. That's how far out Massachusetts I'm going. I am doing this whole trip alone, but I have to be home before Friday. So, thanks, Mel. Kristen, we'll have to see where I'm at. I'm not against it, depending on where I'm at. I'd like to do it after I drop everybody off. I am empty going home from Massachusetts. So yeah, we could probably arrange something. But yeah, things have been a little bit crazy around the farm lately, and it's been very mentally taxing on things. everybody's doing great. The dragon looks good. Frank and Lily have been hanging out in the outdoor arena more. The Minnie's doing really well. She's put a lot of good weight on. Cammy, Frank, and Bjorn have been in the indoor. And then the herd has been in and out of the indoor depending on the weather, because I just don't need them getting sick with these weird weather changes New York has been having. It would get really nice and warm, and then it drops, and then it rains, and then the wind comes, and you're like, man, where did summer go already? And then, yeah, it's crazy. I'm at the opposite end, but on your way home. Yeah, Western Massachusetts, so we've probably a way we can figure out something, Kristen, for sure. Unless I'm going through like midnight, I'm not going to stop then. That's different. Oh, Ellie, I get it. I know. It's just, this trip has been, so far, not too bad. Like I said, I got tired in Ohio at one point. Handling it really well. The filly I've got on the trailer is handling everything beautifully. She does not paw. She does not kick. She does not do anything out of the sorts. Walked right on the trailer last night like a perfect angel. Stood there quietly. Like, I've never seen a horse more saintly on a trailer than this gal that I've got on today. So we shall see. I hope everybody had a wonderful Memorial Day. I really do. I spent the night up at Jay's after we did the paranormal circus. Came home yesterday morning, went and picked up my kids so I could spend more time with them. I know Ellie was in the barn yesterday with brake lights popping up on the road. Trailer getting off. Okay. Hope you got some good audiobooks on today. Yeah, I got lots of audiobooks. I'm headed down to Mayfield, Kentucky to meet the trailer to pick up the horse that I have on with me right now. And then I'm headed further down into eastern Tennessee to grab some minis. This lady for these minis actually booked me like October of last year. So this trip has been slowly like building. And then I'll have a couple to pick up along the way and drop off along the way. So hopefully it all works out. I tried to schedule it all in one long line across the distance here, so we'll see. We cleaned out the storage unit, so the rescue had been paying on a storage unit with a bunch of stuff that has been donated to us for resale, but everybody's been so busy. And then it also had some leftover stuff from the couple of events that we've hosted, or that we've gone to the Expo Center up in Hamburg and done the Equifest. And with the downsizing and minimalizing of the horses in the rescue right now, it makes no sense for us to continue to pay for the rental of a storage unit. And I said, we'll put it all in the barn. Let's cut out that expense and get the stuff sold and moved out. So Ellie spent a few hours yesterday going through some boxes, and she has pictures of some interesting things. Lots of vases, vases, candy dishes, trinket boxes, odd decor items, candlestick holders of various sizes, from itty bitty litty tiny birthday candles to gigantic pillars that are like 4 foot tall, candlesticks. So if you're looking for something unique, you should hit up Ellie for a little bit. My kids tried to help her while I shoveled more gravel. Bouncy road. While I shoveled out more gravel out of the dump wagon into the driveway, because I need to get that wagon emptied so we can get sawdust into the barn. Stalls are pretty much immaculate, even though we don't have a lot of sawdust right now. Rachel has done an incredible job with helping out, and that was pretty much our Memorial Day. We did not celebrate too much. I kept my grandfather in my thoughts. My grandfather was a World War II veteran, and we heard a lot of his stories when he was alive, and a lot of survivor's guilt came out of that man, and the whole idea of, I don't know why I survived, why did I get to come home, why couldn't it have been me? And he continued to not recognize that if he hadn't come home, my entire family line would be extinct. I wouldn't be here. Him and my grandmother met, and she was an Army nurse. He was in Northern Africa, stationed in Northern Africa in Italy. He was at the Battle of Kasai. There is a plaque somewhere of all of his, God, this road's bad. It's bumpy. Every road has been smooth until now. Darn you, Kentucky. Oh, my Lord. Louisville, fix your roads. Somewhere there's a plaque with a bunch of medallions, and they range from Purple Heart to all sorts of different, so many. I think there's like 14 or 15 medallions on that plaque, and we meant to find out from him and record him explaining what those were for, and we never got that chance before he passed away on us. I'm sure if it's ever found, that we could probably look up to see what at least they stood for, and be able to support, you know, that memory of him. My grandfather was in the war very early in his life. He was a young man when he enlisted and was over there. When he came home, they married, had 3 children, and of those 3, my father was the only one to have a continuing family genetic line. So he was always proud of who he was. He had a lot of PTSD coming out of the war. And I know the family tried to support him as much as they could. There are still remnants of his survivor's guilt treatments out in my old pasture and home, where he would throw his empty bottles. That's a hard piece to live with, and I know there caused a lot of childhood trauma for my parents. regardless of which era, regardless of which branch, regardless of political stances or anything, there are thousands and thousands of people that have put their lives on the line for us. You need our rain. You can have it. Hey, Sam, it's 80 degrees over there. Oh, my Lord. These roads suck. Oh. Sorry, pony. I wish we had 80 degrees. I don't know what temperature it is. My truck, oh my gosh. The outside thermometer for my truck is not working. Some little boy decided he was going to spray the front grill of my truck with the hose when I drove into the driveway. And must have hit it just right, because I know it's not, but it currently says it's 92 degrees here, and it's definitely not 92 degrees down here. So yeah, that's a piece that will get fixed here next week. But everybody should support in remembrance of why we have what we have here in our country, and what they stood for and fought for to protect our livelihoods here in the U.S. Not going to go political. We all know it's a very tumultuous time right now, but Memorial Day is a time of remembrance for those that did put their lives on the line and did not either make it home or did actually make it home and was able to live out the rest of their lives with their family members, or the unfortunate ones that did make it home but have nobody here supporting them. And that's the hard part. They didn't deserve that. And of course, then we have Veterans Day, which is later in the fall. Veterans Day is the ones that we remember, those that have fought to support us that are still alive. So just recognize that difference in it all. So, and then prior to that, let's see, it's kind of been a full packed weekend. I did what's called a paranormal circus on Sunday night with Jay and another friend of mine who I went to the music festival with. It is not children friendly. I do not take children to it. But it was an excellent show. And if you ever get the option to do it, I think there's about 4 shows running and touring the country. They are literally the heart and soul of the original circus acts. There was tightrope walkers, there was trick roller skaters, and acrobatics, the acrobats on the bars, swinging bar, the acrobats with the drapes, the hoops. It was just incredible. It's absolutely beautifully done. The choreography was wonderful. It was on point. Buc-ee's in 70 miles. I'm gonna make it. The outfits were on par for what they were trying to do with the place, with the show. The music was wonderful. They had haunted clowns. They had a clown vampire. They had a Jason dressed up. You can get pictures with Jason. It was just cool. It was really cool. It was spectacularly done. I highly recommend it for adults that don't mind a little bit of adult content material with a circus and some horror theme to wonderful work. The chef's kiss to Paranormal Circus. Good job. And then before that, I've spent a lot of time with the kids. We went to the drive-in, the local drive-in. We saw the Super Mario Universe. I posted a picture with them in the front seat. I gave them entirely the front seat on their own. I sat in the back. We've already seen it. We took them to the regular theaters to see it as a treat. And then it was playing along with Sheep Detectives. Highly recommend Sheep Detectives. It's a wonderful, cutesy movie. It's a shame they kill off Hugh Jackman very early on in the movie, and wow, is it raining. But they did an excellent job with it. It's a very much a whodunit with the farm animal detectives. It's really cute. Great family movie. You're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry, you're gonna be touched at the heart, and you're gonna fall in love and think that sheep maybe aren't so stupid. And absolutely they are. Don't let them try to fool you. Sheep are very much stupid. But this movie is very cute and I love it. So highly recommend. Do go see it. And then it was just prior to that, Jay and I had gotten home from New Jersey, North Carolina, back to New Jersey, back to New York. We did a quick flash run down south. I posted a picture of the minis that we picked up down there. It's a repeat client in New Jersey. I haul a lot to her. I hauled some out for her. And we had the private run because there were the two mini babies on the trailer with their mothers, and it was just not risking anything. We had a lot of tire trouble with the two-horse slant. So the two-horse slant is completely out of commission right now. Being hit in Connecticut on the highway definitely did something to the front axle on that left side. We went through 2 tires on that left side on that trip alone. In less than 500 miles, a tire that was fully tread and barely used was balled down to the wires inside the tire belt in less than 500 miles. So there was definitely an issue going on somewhere underneath that with the axle. So I've got some calls to make with Geico later today to verify that they have the pictures and we can get moving on repairs on the trailer with both the rim, the tire, the fender, and the axle on that side. I cannot afford to have trailers down, but thankfully I've got the two-horse slant that was donated or given to us, because I can keep working at least with that. Yes, I still have the 4-horse, but it's a little bit big to be hauling around when I don't need it that much space. Even this 2-horse is going to be a little bit big for just 2 little minis, but at least they'll have some extra riders along the pathway from point A to end point B in the end here. So it makes the trip worth it and somewhat profitable, at least. Get some more bills paid off. If anybody's commenting, I'm not getting anything new, by the way, so that's why I'm not reacting or responding. Saturday we also had a get together with my family. We went to my aunt's house, even though it was cold and windy and rainy. I don't know who in New York had outside plans as well and had to reschedule, cancel, alternate because of the weather we've had up here in New York. I know I was supposed to go to Jay's original scheduling for a barbecue, and he canceled because of the weather, so I went down to the family one instead. It was good. Still you get to see family. Family, if you have that good connection, it's always good to have it. Being connected and in touch, even with your extended family. I mean, we have cousins that are children of cousins, that are children of aunts and uncles, who are children of my now passed grandparents, that we're trying to keep kind of somewhat of a family glue. And keeping that family glue is not easy whatsoever. Especially when some people get ideas in their heads that are not accurate and likes to kind of create family drama, which is not necessarily needed. But we make do. I wish it wasn't raining so you guys could see how pretty Kentucky looks right now. So that's what's been going on. There's some things going on that are not internet suitable. That's been, like I said, taking a lot of my mental space and distraction. It's been a lot. It's just been a lot. So I wanted to update you guys. I am still here. I know all the time. Every time I get on, there's less and less, and that's on me. That's fine. It's kind of disheartening, but it's okay because that's my problem. But I appreciate you all that stick around and hang out and listen to me babble and all this stuff. So many things on my calendar to do and so little time to do it all. It's just difficult. It's very difficult. We shall see, though. We shall see. But when I get back, my schedule for June is very light. Actually, right now, first week of June, we're headed back down to Florida. Almost full trailer going down, I think. Half full coming back north. So we're going to try to film more of that here. I'll be verifying with people this week about that trip. I've had a lot of calls to go out west. I'm not going to go out west. Found out last year that my granddad was at Flanders. My dad was involved in the liberation of Norway. That's awesome, Mel. It's always interesting to have those family connections to history somewhere. You can look back and go, wow, they went through that and they survived. And if you have any memory of that person and how they are when they are home, it's like what must have been going on in their heads to be able to handle a lot of that. That's cool, Mel. It is. So yeah, we're going down to Florida here the first week of June. I know I have a trip we're going to be scheduling in for Canada to Alabama, and I'm going to have a trip scheduling in for New York to Indiana and back. So we've got some work on the books. I know I still owe a bunch of you guys some orders and invoices. I've not forgotten. Just prioritizing time. That's why I said at the sale, give me 3 to 4 weeks lead time on getting stuff done. It is kind of nasty driving. Yeah, Peggy, it's not... Though it's really just started like this in the last 45 minutes. I had all night to drive clear roads, dry roads, so that was good. But we're up here the first week of June as well. I don't know what's going to be coming of that, but we shall see. Plans for Dragon. We've got 2 mares going to be rebreeding to this week or at some point here in June. I'm just going to have him cover Sophie and go from there. The grass is coming up out in the pasture and the horses are packing on pounds. It's crazy. That green grass comes up and the horses just like poof, we're easy keepers again. Instead of the cold weather with just some round bales out in the pasture. It's kind of nice because that makes my feed bills go down a lot. Still looking for homes for some of the rescues. Tucker, Maple, Banshee, if somebody would like. We've still got Blessing. I got an update on Petey the other day. Petey's doing absolutely wonderful. He's in with the ladies' herd. He has a friend. I will call you back. And, no, this is the one I want right now. And, you know, he's just doing great. So Petey's doing wonderful. She contacted me about maybe bringing one down from another rescue, and I said sure, no problem. So we'll see how that goes. I'll get out of your way, trucker. Hopefully there's nobody behind me. Okay, good, you can get it. Thanks, Mel. Thank you. Got a certificate signed by King Olaf for Dad. A bit faded, grand-hatted in the sun. Oh no. Well, that's cool that you have that piece of history to prove it all. That's awesome. It really is. It really is very cool. I wish I had some sort of, like, something like that for my grandfather. I know we have his medallions, like I said, somewhere. Somebody's got them. But just something. That memory. You know, to live by. I don't think I'm going to be able to hit Buc-ee's. I gotta get off. Well, that sucks. I need to get fuel. Like, I really need to get fuel. Holy moly. Elizabethtown, Paducah. Which way are we going? 31 west. Straight? No. This one. Yes. Okay. Oh, Google Maps, some days you need to fix your mapping because it could have been exactly the wrong way. We're going straight. Yeah, I think so. Yes. Well, them's the updates right now, guys. Everybody else is doing good. The kids are doing wonderful. Hello, Dawn. Everybody's healthy. Dad is recovering. He is now starting to drive by himself, being able to get in and out of the car. Going to therapy. He's very frustrated by therapy. He wants to be further along than he is. And we were talking the other day, and he was telling me about the extent of his injuries. Well, come to find out, the doctors told him it was one of the worst knee surgeries that they've had to do because he had nothing left in there. His ligaments and ACLs, all that stuff was pretty much worn off. He was walking bone on bone. It was starting to rub into each other. His muscle was being stretched. The capsule inside of your knee was totally gone. No, there's nothing left. I will, Charmaine. There was literally nothing nothing, from the way he explained it, there was nothing holding his lower leg to his body other than being inside of his skin. Like, if he could have walked off without that lower leg, he would have, because there was nothing keeping it attached. That's how bad his knee was. And I'm like, Dad, if it was that bad, then obviously you're going to have a slower recovery time. You need to give yourself a little bit more grace here, because that's not an easy thing to just kind of recover from. So, the poor guy. But he waited. He knew he needed it 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and he waited. We're gonna go get some diesel. And it was like, well, dude, you brought that on yourself. So you need to allow yourself to recover, and you're gonna be fine. I'll show you guys what diesel prices are right now down here. When I left home, I paid $4.89 at my favorite reservation station. It dropped from $5.25 to $4.89 over the weekend. It's crazy. So we're gonna go over here. This is a Love's off of 31 West. 65? What are we on? I don't remember. It'll look like 31 West. The Western Kentucky Parkway. We need diesel. $5.25.9 for credit, $4.25 for unleaded, and $5.19 if paying cash. I don't know where that reaches with you guys, but right now that's what Western, Northern, East. I don't know where I'm at. That's what it's at in Kentucky, at least. So we're actually going to pay the $5.25 on credit. Oh my God, I have a mouse in my pocket. Jay's not here. Let's find a pump. And then I'm going to have to log off because I'm going to have to use the phone. Are you leaving? Are you pulling out? What are you doing? Oh, you just got in. This is where it sucks, getting in here with a horse trailer. This'll work. Oh, they did leave. Son of a gun. Alright, guys. Well, yeah, I gotta use the pump. We're gonna fill up with diesel. I gotta meet up with this person. And then I gotta send out some messages and be like, hey, peeps. Yeah, I did forget your horses. I'm on the road. So, catch you guys on the replay. I'll post some pictures along the route. I'll post pictures of the horses. And, hopefully this week is a little bit better. I'm hoping. May was busy. May was very busy. So, my mom was like that, bone and bone. She had keyhole, and they find out that she told knee replacement. Wouldn't go out for a walk like physio told her she had to. Wow. Yeah. Well, Dad's making sure he's definitely out moving. So, alright, guys. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Back to the grindstone. It's a new week. And I'll keep you guys posted along the way. So, thanks for hanging out with me this morning.